If you are new here, this is the most beginner-friendly complete web development course, and these are some of the projects we will be covering in this course. I upload lots of lessons per week, so please subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss any of them. I respond promptly to comments, so if you want to ask or say something, feel free to drop it in the comments. If you missed any of the previous lessons, the link to the entire playlist is down in the description box. Let's get started. Okay, we've reached my favorite part, projects. This is going to be our very first project. In this lesson, we are going to build this sweet, simple website over here. I know it's not much, but for 1 week of lessons, I think we've done very well. We've come very far. All right. So this simple website here actually implements most of the concepts we've studied already. Let's get into it. As you can see here on the desktop, I've already downloaded the images we'll be needing for this project, just to save time, of course. But let me quickly show you where you find these amazing images. Okay, so as a developer, you need to have platforms where you find every resource that you need. So for images, you need to have a special platform. For videos, for color combinations, sometimes for references and all that. And I'll be showing these as we go along. So for images, there's only one place to go: pexels.com. Before you use any resource from online at all, there's one question you should ask yourself: is it free? Because there are some images that are not royalty free, and if you use them in a project, you could get into trouble. Once you land on the platform, you have this search bar here where you can search for whatever you need. You can go like mountains, and then they will bring you all sorts of pictures, very beautiful pictures of mountains. And the nice thing about this platform is that the images here are free to use. All right, so you can also find videos on this platform as well by clicking the menu icon here and then going to free videos. Okay, so that's how I found the pictures that we are going to be using, and you can also go there if you want, or I will provide you with the videos with the images I've downloaded already if you want to use them, or you can find your own. Alright, so remember what I told you, that the first thing to do is to set up your file system. Okay, you call it setting up the environment. Okay, so let's open our project folder. Let's create a new folder for this project and call it tourism. Okay, and then we can now go back to our VS Code and then create all the files and folders we need inside this folder. So let's open the folder from here. Let's go to the desktop. That's our folder. You can close the welcome message, and then let's go into our file system. This is our folder. There's nothing in it for now. We are going to fill it. So we need our index.html file, and we also need a folder for CSS files. We won't be doing any CSS in this video, but I want you to get used to how we do things. All right, next one we need is the JavaScript folder. And then finally, we need a folder to keep all the resources, the videos, the images, and all that. Let's name this folder resources. We named it files in the other lesson, but then I actually prefer naming it resources. Okay, let's go back into our busy code folder, open our tourism folder, open the resources, and then copy our pictures into it. So if you are download, you can download them straight into the folder resources. All right, now let's start coding. Remember, the first line is doctype HTML, and then you want to give your HTML tag, and then the next thing would be the head tag. I hope you remember all these. And then the next thing would be the body tag. Let's launch our live server so that we see what you are doing as we code. Okay, so we have our live serve here and we have our target here. This is what we are trying to create. We will be comparing as we go along. The first thing to do, let's go into the head. Okay, you remember the tags that we learned about in the head. Remember the meta tag? I said the common one we use is character sets, and we set it to UTF-8. Don't forget this one. The next one would be the title tag. And let's title it Tourist Sites in the World. Alright, now let's go into the body tag. Inside the body, of course, when you look here, the first thing we have is a heading. This is actually a heading 1 because it's quite big. It's the biggest heading you can have. So we can have let's put a heading 1 here. Alright, so what's in heading 1 over here? Just for the sake of time, I'll copy and paste so that we don't waste time. Alright, and below here you can see we have a heading 3. This is a heading 3, a smaller form of the heading. So let's add heading 3 below it. And let me copy and paste so that we don't waste time. So as you could, you save and then you look at your live save. You want to be looking at what you are doing. If what you expect is what you are getting, if it's not what you are getting, then means something is going wrong. You come back to your code and then you correct it. All right. So as you can see from here, the next thing is this section where you have the title of the image, the title of the tourist site, the image of the tourist site, and these ones. It's actually repeating. It's the same thing repeating. There's 1 and then 2 and then 3. Okay. What we are going to do is that to get this numbering, we are going to use the ordered list. I hope you remember ordered lists for the numbering. Let's see ordered lists. And this will give us the numbering that we need. Now in each, we have a list. Okay, so let me show you what we are doing here. This whole thing from here all the way down is the ordered list. So this one all the way here is one item in the list, and from here all the way here is the second item in the list, and then the third one is this one. Okay, so you have an ordered list, and inside the ordered list you have list items. Okay, so this is going to be our first list item. And then remember what I told you about using comments to help you understand or follow what you are doing. So comments are such that the next time you come back to your code, it will be easy to read. So let's add a quick comment here that says the title of the location, and then we want to add a paragraph here that gives us the title, the location. So you see the Great Wall of China. The next thing will be the image. So let's add another comment, image of the tourist site. So then you add an image tag. I hope you remember the attributes of the image tag. The first one will be the source attribute, okay, which gives a location or a direction or an address to where we have our image. Our image is in the resources. It's in the resources folder, and this image is the Great Wall image. All right. The next attribute will be the height. Okay, let's set the height to about 450 pixels, and then the width to 400 pixels too, so that we have it looking like a square. Let's save it. Okay. Let's also give it an alt. I told you always need the alt. Okay, so the alt will say the great, and then we can end it now. Oh, sorry, we should be looking at our live server, not here. Okay, so this is what we have in our live server. This is where we've gotten to so far. All right, so we have the first list item. If you look here, the next thing we have is this location and number of visits. And as you can see, this is also a list, but in this case, it's unordered. So that's why you have this bullet point. So location and number of visits is actually also a list. In order to get the list like this, we can use the unordered lists. And inside the unordered list, we have list items. This list item will say location, sorry. Then we have a colon, we have China. All right. Then there's another list item that says number of visits. Then you have 5 million per year. Let's go back to our live feed and see what's happening. All right, so there you go.